Hello. What's up, y'all? Sorry for this. Well, no notice. I wasn't gonna go live, but I figured I'm filming anyway. I might as well go live while I do my makeup and let's talk because we ain't talked about this yet. Hold on. I hate that light behind me. So we ain't talked about this yet. I've been meaning to get on here and talk to y'all about this whole situation, but I don't know, just been a lot going on. Let me turn on some more lights. Get some light up in here. Just been a lot going on. But I figured we should talk because everybody is talking about it. Hey, Rosie. Benice, what's up? Oh, I know y'all didn't heard about it. Y'all ready. Already know. Unless you've been living under a rock, you heard about what's going on with Jaclyn Hill, okay? And her makeup line. I don't even know where to begin. I really, really, really don't. I wasn't even going to talk about it. I feel like it's being talked about enough. Like everybody and their mama got a video on it talking about it. I really didn't feel like sitting down and doing a formal video. It's just really not my thing. Not kind of my style of video. Hey, Angela. Not my style of video, really. So I don't want to make a formal video about it. But I don't know. I'm doing my makeup anyway. I figure we might as well chat. And since this is the hot topic, let's talk about it. So, if you haven't been living under train wreck, if you haven't been living under a rock, Jaclyn Hill obviously came out with her new makeup line, Jaclyn Cosmetics. Well, not me. I feel like maybe 3 years ago had she come out with this makeup line when she was supposed to. I would have been waiting on it, but right now, I mean, I wasn't really waiting on it, but she came out with her makeup line. I'm always very happy and supportive of YouTubers when they can either collab with a brand or come out with their own makeup line. I always try to support. Y'all know I try to buy the stuff that YouTubers collab on because I like supporting other YouTubers. Hopefully that can be me one day. That would be very nice, right? I'm using the new Anastasia Beverly Hills and Alyssa Edwards palette. I just got this palette today in the mail, so I'm just gonna try it out. But so pretty. But yeah, so I was excited for her. Like I don't really watch Jaclyn Hill anymore. I think I don't really watch it no more. She's consistent on YouTube now, and I feel like, and we've talked about this before, when YouTubers get to a certain point when they hit that, like, I feel like almost when they hit like that 500,000-600,000 mark plus, then they just get really unrelatable. Most of them, not all, but most of them just get really unrelatable. It's like, I don't spend my life going to brand parties and being glamorous and all of that. I spend my life at work Monday through Friday, and then I come home and I do dishes and hang out with my husband and my kids. That's what I do. You know what I'm saying? So they just get really unrelatable. So that's how I feel like Jaclyn Hill. She just got really unrelatable, and she has a bunch of stuff, I'm sure, brand deals and stuff going on. So she just don't have time for YouTube all the time, which I get. That's cool. Okay. So I really don't watch her anymore. Long story short. But I was very excited that she was coming out with her makeup line finally. I was happy for her. Didn't purchase, but I was happy. Now, launch day came. I heard there was a few problems with the website, but nothing too crazy. But then people started to get their lipsticks, right? People, I think this has been going on for maybe about a week now, and a good video to watch on this will be Raw Beauty Christie's video. And that girl Shay XO, I don't know if y'all watched them, but Raw Beauty Christie had an hour-long video. And baby, when I tell you, I sat down and watched that entire video from start to finish, it was so good. But so basically people started like getting their lipsticks, and there were like almost looking like water spots in the lipsticks. There's little hairs and fibers in the lipsticks. People have broken out from the lipsticks. There's been like shards of, like, people think like glass or plastic in the lipsticks. I mean, it's just been crazy, right? Like all types of stuff people have found in these lipsticks. What's that girl's name? Brianna Fox, I think her name is Brianna Fox Makeup. She pulled out maybe a fiber or a hair like this long. I mean, she took her tweezers and just pulled out this long ass hair from this lipstick. Now these lipsticks ain't cheap either. They're $18. So that's a high end lipstick price. Okay. So when I started seeing this, I was like, what? Are you kidding me? Now, if you've been following Jaclyn Hill, then you know that her launches already never go well. I feel like her launches never go right for some reason. They had the pullback, the Morphe Vault launch. They did the first launch. It wasn't that great. It wasn't good. So then they pulled them all off the shelves, relaunched them. I actually got the second version. Mine were fine. I still love those palettes. Mine were fine. But people still said they got bad palettes. She had a problem with her Becca launch. She was supposed to launch this makeup line years ago and didn't. Like Jaclyn, it's just always some shit surrounding her launches, right? What y'all talking about? My intuition told me to leave it alone. Mine, you know what? I don't know. I just really don't, like I said, I really don't vibe with her anymore. So I wasn't going to buy them in the first place. I might have bought one just to try it, but I figured they would sell out and maybe I would get one eventually. But now I think I just leave them alone. Oh, ever since that Kathleen Lights incident. Y'all remember that? When her and Kathleen Lights was hanging out and Kathleen Lights said nigga and then Jaclyn posted it on it was either Instagram or Twitter or something. She was shady, honey. Shady. Surprised a lot of women of color were interested in her lipsticks. There were a lot of people interested. And I don't have any problems with Jaclyn personally, to be honest. I used to really like her. But again, I just feel like she's unrelatable. So yeah, the girl, the bad lipsticks. You think it works for her? Because I feel like her brand is like forever tainted. Like, even, first of all, it's been a week since all this stuff is going on. She has maintained silence. I think she put something on her website and something on her Twitter, like basically just saying, if you want a refund for these lipsticks, then we'll be happy to give a refund if something's wrong. We want to know what's wrong, so please send the lipsticks back. I think she's put something on her Twitter saying that, but that's not really breaking your silence. You know what I'm saying? She hasn't really given a reason for what's wrong with these lipsticks. I have not heard anything. I don't think she's put out a video or anything for these lipsticks or to figure out what's wrong with these lipsticks or tell us what's wrong with these lipsticks, which tells me that she probably doesn't know what's wrong with the lipsticks, or her PR team hasn't come up with a good enough excuse for the lipsticks. That's what that's telling me, because ain't no way a week went by and people talking about they finding glass and they didn't have to get on antibiotics because they lips breaking out with your product, and you just maintain silence. So I'm guessing her PR team is trying to come up with a statement right now, but she better address this soon, because I feel like her whole entire brand is tainted. Like, who gonna want a lipstick after this? Like, anybody who didn't buy a lipstick, they sure not buying them now. Because Lord knows, I don't care if she come back and be like, everything is fixed, it's great now. I'm not going back and buying no lipstick from her. I don't want nothing to do with them lipsticks. Yep, people saw tell me they saw plastic, glass, all of that. You know what? I've been wanting to try Mented Cosmetics. I see an ad like all over my Instagram, and I just haven't like ventured into. I haven't clicked on it yet, but I've been wanting to try Mented Cosmetics for the longest. You want an eyeshadow palette? Who, you mean Jaclyn Hill's eyeshadow palette? Hey, Starla. You know what? And it did take her a while to say something about the vault thing, because then she made that whole long video where she explained it all and all of that. And then, but it almost sounds like the same speech from her Twitter, because she like, we did an assessment and only 0.01 of the batches are bad. And I'm like, I don't know about that math, girl. You might want to go back to school, girl. I don't know about that math, because almost everybody I've seen is saying they had some kind of problems with the lipsticks. Like 0.01 just sound real low. I mean, there's been a lot of people, and I think some people are exaggerating. Let's be honest. I really do feel like some people are exaggerating. Like even Raw Beauty Christie's video, while she said she saw all that stuff in the lipsticks, and I don't think she was exaggerating or lying about that. But she done pulled out a whole ass microscope. Hey, you ain't gotta pull out no microscope on nobody lipsticks. Like, come on now. I don't feel like do I feel like Jaclyn did it on purpose? No. I feel like though she needs to watch her team and her quality control and whatever lab she's using and whatever people are around her, because there's no way 3 of your huge launches should go down like this. You know what I mean? There's absolutely no way 3 of your launches there should be controversy like this surrounding it. So do I think the girl did it on purpose? No, I don't think the girl did it on purpose to try to trick somebody. Like people out here saying she did it on purpose. She gave expired lipsticks. You know what? That I don't know. Maybe they were expired because again, she was supposed to come out with this makeup line years ago and it never came out. But I thought somebody was producing tweets saying that they do remember her saying that the makeup or the lipsticks were done, and then all of a sudden she just pulled back on them. So people are speculating that maybe these are the lipsticks from that old launch from a couple years ago, and they're expired and they're molded, and that's why they're doing this. That's what people saying, child. That's what the street's saying. I don't know. There's a lot of disconnect between the development and manufacturing. That's why I'm saying I mean, I don't think it's her. She's just the face of the brand. And not saying she don't have anything to do with the behind the scenes, but she's the face of the brand. Like the real work comes behind the scenes with the lab and the chemists, you know, mixing all this stuff up in the lab's quality control. And I don't know if she's just using the wrong labs or what. Because then there's another theory. Okay, so there was a problem with her bulk collection with Morphe, right? On the lab side. And then people are looking into these batch codes from her lipsticks and saying, wait a minute, these are the same batch codes as some of, I think it was like the Morphe Fluidity Concealer, some of the Morphe concealers. People have found the same batch code from Jaclyn Hill's lipsticks to the Morphe concealers. Not only that, but they're also finding that all of her lipsticks, all of her Jaclyn Cosmetics lipsticks have the same batch code. And if you know anything about batch codes, now, the only reason I know this is because I used to manage a paint store, okay? And so everything they make is made in batches. So every single thing they make, like food items and makeup and all of that, you can trace it back to a batch into a lab, right? So every single mix is one batch. So I may be making 3 batches at a time of this one type of paint, or for this case, this one type of lipstick. Like there could be, so I don't know, this highlighter right here. Like there's a batch code on it. It says 0BAHE. I don't know what those letters mean, but those letters trace it back to a lab and to a date of when this was made. So if there's a problem with this one piece of makeup, this number will trace it back to the lab where this highlighter was made. It'll trace it back to the date and all of that stuff. So now every batch has a different number. So this one has a different number versus the other color in this Essence Pure Nude highlighter. So there's no way they could be in the same batch. So how every single one of her lipsticks in every single color has the same batch code? How's that possible? That's a little fishy. How is that possible? Like every one of the same color of lipstick. So every one of, I don't know the names of her lipstick. So say they call Nude 1 and Nude 2. There's no way Nude 1 and Nude 2 could have been in the same batch. But every single Nude 1 shade that's on the shelf probably wouldn't have been in the same batch either, depending on how many you made, because the batch can only be but so big, as big as the machinery at the lab, right? So the plot just thickens. I can't wait to see what she comes out with and what she gonna say, y'all. I cannot wait. Mented lipsticks. I'm gonna try. I've been wanting to try Mented. I'm gonna have to dive into them. I think they have foundations too. She is less than half of 1%. That's what she's saying. And you know what? That could still be a lot because a lot of people bought her lipsticks. I heard they sold out. I never even went to her website, y'all, but I heard they sold out. So that could still be a lot, but I just feel like that's not right. I feel like it has to be more. The way all these people are coming out, it has to be more. She just, wait, what? She just released a statement on her website, but they hid it in the customer service section. What did she say? Spill it, girl. The FAQ statement is bizarre, causing a question of quality. Oh, it definitely causing a question of quality of the ingredients. And just the quality control, period. Like how people manage to miss, how the quality team managed to miss like shards of glass or plastic and fibers and all of these lipsticks. I could see if it was one or two, but how they managed to miss all of these in one of these lipsticks just got me real like, okay. But none of them showed up in the PR package though, because Raw Beauty Chrissy bought the entire set with her own money, and then a little later she found out she was on the PR list, so they sent her the whole PR box. Her PR lipsticks were perfect, but the ones that she bought were all sorts of fucked up. So she said in multiple times that they were ready in 2017. She did. That's what I thought. Girl. She's saying they all made in May. That's another thing I saw, Angela, that the packaging, yeah, because y'all know she got divorced. So her line was supposed to be called Jaclyn Hill Cosmetics. Now they changed it to just Jaclyn Cosmetics. But the packaging on her, like the, oh gosh, okay, yeah, the packaging still has JH on it. Like the actual lipstick packaging still has JH on it. And that's another reason people think that it's been, I ain't ever gonna get to film it because we have a good conversation, y'all. But that's another reason people think that it's old, because the lipstick packaging still has JH on it. But she's been divorced for some time now. I think it's been about a year maybe. And the name of her makeup line is just Jaclyn Cosmetics. So if she would have just made these lipsticks in May, it would have just said Jaclyn Cosmetics. It wouldn't say JH on it, because that's not the name of her makeup line anymore. So that makes me believe either she's using the same package from 2 years ago, which is nothing wrong with if the packages were empty and she just filled them up with lipsticks because she didn't want to lose money. Nothing wrong with that. But I think what people are speculating is these lipsticks were already done and poured, and then now you're just now giving them to us 2 years later. I think that's what people are speculating and saying. That's what I'm thinking. Venice, I agree with you, because I have some MAC lipsticks, honey. I still got Ruby Woo. And then I think I just decluttered Ruby Woo, but I had Ruby Woo for about 5 years, and I could still wear Ruby Woo to this day. Probably not recommended, but I would do it. I got some MAC lipsticks that I didn't have forever, like forever, and they ain't did that. So that could be an ingredients issue. That could be these lipsticks are older than 2017 issue. That could be I don't know. I don't even know. I don't know what even else to say it is. And agreed, old lipsticks don't have hair and plastic in them, even if they old. Like, I've seen a lipstick molds. I've had a lipstick mold on me before, but they ain't never had no hair and plastic in it. Unless it was my hair. Hey, Stephanie. Oh, Patrick got a bad PR box? I didn't know. I missed that. Yeah, I know I figure I knew they were sold out. But you know what? I think the best course of action is, which I don't know why she hasn't done this yet. As soon as all this stuff came out, her best course of action would have been to recall every single lipstick and just refund everybody who came for the recall, that would have been her best course of action, would have just been to recall them all and start over. And that just would have showed good faith. Because again, now, okay, you got the money from the first wave, even though a lot of people are probably returning them, but the people who aren't returning them, who might have gotten good products, even if you got good products, I would still recommend returning them. Because if it was made in one of those batches that does have hair, I mean, it still has like the residue from that in your lipsticks. So even if you got good lipsticks, I would still recommend returning those lipsticks. Have any of you bought those? Just curious. Oh, so it said the claims were false and the lipsticks were old. And you know what? As we're talking through this, but like Vanish just said, I got a lot of old lipsticks. Y'all know I don't throw out my makeup when I'm supposed to. I'm keeping that makeup and I'm using it until it don't smell good or it don't look good. You know what I'm saying? So I have old lipsticks, and none of my old lipsticks look like anything that Raw Beauty Christy showed, that girl Shay XO showed. Like there was like little balls in the lipsticks. It kind of like balled up. It was kind of gritty. Who knows what's in those lipsticks at this point? I thought Alyssa Ashley said she didn't get a PR. Nicole Concilio, though, Patrick Star already have PR packages in his bed. Her, you know what? Marlena be getting it. Marlena, for those of you who don't know, Makeup Geek, they be go. Her and Jaclyn be going at it. I think Jaclyn screwed her like some years back on a like collab or something, and she lost money. They be going at it. You know what? I agree that she will be in like as soon as she posts the "This is what happened" video. I mean, that video is gonna get like 1 million views in like an hour, because this is what everybody waiting on. Everybody is waiting on her to just speak. Like, I don't want to see your tweets anymore. I want you to speak, and that's what everybody's waiting on. Because as soon as I see that video, I'm definitely gonna be the first one clicking on it. Like, what do she got to say? What is about to come out of her mouth right now? And again, I don't think the woman's malicious. Do I think she intentionally tried to hurt somebody or tried to give us bad product? I do not. Well, not us, because I ain't bad, but I don't think she intentionally did this. I just think she got to watch her team. She has to watch her team. They all had the same batch. That's what I was trying to tell y'all about batch numbers. There's no way two different colors of lipsticks can have the same batch number. It has to come out of a different batch. So that's what confuses me, as to how every single lipstick has the same batch number. Like, that's like if you're cooking like 5 pots of spaghetti. Like, think of it like that. Every single pot is a different batch. So every single pot tastes, maybe you can't taste it because it's so subtle, but every single pot tastes a little bit different. That's why if you've ever had like paint, maybe you had paint on your wall and you went to go, maybe it got old or whatever, the paint is old, and you went to go touch it up. So you went to the same store, got the same color of paint, and tried to touch up a little spot on your wall, but you can still see a little difference. That's because it's a different batch. It's like the smallest subtle difference, because it was made at a different time. That's what happens. And so there's no way the same color could have different, or the same batch. There's just no way. That's what's very confusing. What y'all talking about? Somebody had a replacement and it had stuff coming off it too. Woo, child! I haven't seen any replacements. I might have to Google that or something, because I haven't seen any replacements. You know what? I did too, Stephanie. I was like, she done made us wait all this time, and all we get is some damn new lipsticks. I was waiting on anything but lipsticks, and I know she likes lips, so I guess I could have expected it, but I was expecting a whole damn collection at this point. I wanted the whole face, some Jaclyn Hill foundation or something. Well, now I'm glad she didn't give us no foundation, because we'd all been walking around here broke out, looking crazy with hives or something. Because has she come out with a foundation or a setting powder or maybe not a highlighter? I might not have bought the highlighter, but like a foundation or a setting powder, concealer. I probably would have bought it. I ain't gonna lie. I don't support Jaclyn Hill. I'm guessing that's Jeffree Star. Who's JC? Who is JC? I don't like that Jeffree Star either. I seen some posts. His ass was on Twitter. I guess his dog passed away. And so he was on Twitter crying about his dog. Or Instagram or something. I seen a clip. Fully made up though. Nothing wrong with you crying about your dog. But fully made up though. He got fully made up to get on camera and cry about his dog. Dude. How sad are you really? That you got fully made up to get on camera and cry about your dog. So we seen some more. The lipsticks are old. Never seen pigment legit flake off. I know. It's just so weird. It's just so weird. Like, even if they're old, I've never seen a lipstick do that. Old, new, I don't care. I've never seen a lipstick do this. It's ridiculous. It's crazy. It's downright weird, to be honest. She thinks we're stupid. Lukia, I can tell you're not a Jaclyn Hill fan. More than old, they're contaminated. She's gonna monetize an apology. Oh, honey. Oh, you already know that's coming. Because like I said, that's all we waiting on. We waiting on her to speak. Everybody's waiting on her to speak, whether you're a Jaclyn Hill fan or not, whether you bought the lipsticks or not. I feel like at this point, it's been so hyped up, and we've been talking about this for an entire week. We need some closure. Like, you owe me some closure, and I'm gonna watch that video, whether I'm a Jaclyn Hill fan or not, whether I bought the lipsticks or not. I feel like I deserve some closure from this situation that I've been watching for the last week. And that's what's gonna happen. And her ass gonna make $1 million off that apology video. She just sent some of them subscribers my way. Quality assurance team is non-existent. I agree. And that's what I keep saying. I'm like, I don't think it's her per se. I just don't think. Okay, how can I put this? To me, in my opinion, I feel like Jaclyn comes off as a pretty, and maybe I'm crazy. Maybe y'all gonna be like, girl, I don't know who you looking at. But I feel like she comes off as a pretty sincere person. I ain't gonna say humble, but I feel like she comes off as a pretty sincere person. What I feel like is it almost feels like she just doesn't have like good business sense. Like, she just don't understand that side of it. And I don't know if people are taking advantage of her and now I'm making her out to be a victim because she's not. Okay. I don't think she is. But to me, I don't feel like she just has good business sense. Like, I really don't feel like she does. Which is weird to say considering how far she's come and how she has her own makeup line and shit. But, I don't know. I don't take her to be a malicious person. Then again, Marlena tells a different story, so I don't know the woman. Maybe I'm totally off base here. Maybe I'm totally off base. Y'all tell me what y'all think. She says the FAQs that the batch numbers are the same. She says in the FAQs that the batch numbers are the same because that's not how they're tracking them. So then it can't be it's not a batch number then. A batch number is just that, literally the number of the batch that the product was made in. Like, that's what a batch number is. So then that's not a batch number if that's what she's claiming. which to me that sounds like some BS, because that's exactly how a batch number looks. Like usually the letters correspond to the plant and the numbers correspond to the date. I've worked with plants a lot, so I know what a batch number looks like. She won't get any of my coins ever, the way she dragged that young lady on Twitter. Oh, that's another thing I have heard about. I did hear about that. I didn't read it or see it, but I did hear about what she said to that girl. So for y'all that don't know, the first person that spoke out was just some regular person on Twitter, basically saying, hey, something's wrong with my lipsticks. She said they're flaky or something like that. She said they're flaking off and something's wrong with my lipsticks. And Jaclyn was basically like, supposedly, I didn't see it, but Jaclyn was basically like, well, maybe you should try exfoliating your lips. Your lips could be dry, but there's nothing wrong with the quality of the lipsticks. Kind of just dismissed her and told her she had crusty lips. Like, from what I heard, like, that's what she said. And I was like, oh, okay. That's how you feel? Exactly. A different color means a different formula, and a different mixture means a different batch. Yes. She's not as involved in her products as she claims to be. That's what I think it is. She's the face of the brand. That's what you do. You get a face of the brand. Like, Kerry Washington don't know what's in those Neutrogena face products she be selling. She probably don't even use Neutrogena on the regular. You know what I'm saying? She don't know what's in those products. She's the face of the brand. And Jaclyn Hill, she says she's involved, which I think she's involved probably more than maybe a celebrity would be in a big brand. But at the end of the day, it's made at a lab. Like, unless she's sitting there standing over every batch, watching it, doing her own quality control, she's reliant on somebody else to do it. And so if you, unfortunately, this stuff happens. But it's just, to me, it's just weird that this happens to her with like every single makeup launch she does, you know? It's not just this isn't the first time. So I think this is what's getting people. Like, this isn't the first time we've given you our money and gotten shit product, or been waiting on a brand from, or on a launch from you, and the date got pushed back, or you're telling us something's wrong, and you got to send us totally new products. Like, this isn't the first time this has happened, So I think that's where people are at this point. Like, what's really going on? Why does this keep happening to you? Because from everything that I've seen, this is not happening to other people. Not saying that this has never happened, but like this, where it's 3 times in a row that you've tried to come out with something and it's just gone to shit like this, like a big scandal. And I get that everything she does, is probably under a microscope, but I mean, something ain't right here. The medicine cannot have cleared up our skin. I know. Oh, JC, James Charles. Got it. Yeah, I don't mess with him either. I wasn't a big fan of James. I've never even been subscribed to James Charles. I didn't get the appeal. He kind of came out of nowhere, and I never jumped on that train. She did. I didn't even watch. See, that's how you don't even watch it. I didn't watch her launch video. So she did make reference to how well they were kept. Okay. All the J's can suck it. Shut up. No, she doesn't post videos anymore. And you know what? Like I said, I get it. Like right now, I'm home, so I post videos. But when life gets crazy, and I go out of town a lot with my family, I do my best to pre-film, obviously, and I try to keep up with my channel as much as possible. But sometimes I miss videos. I don't be missing like her, but sometimes I miss videos and I don't post. Life gets crazy, and maybe YouTube isn't her first love. It's not her first passion, or not her passion anymore. Maybe she's on to other things like her own brand and just branding herself other ways, which is totally fine. It's just not relatable to me, and that's why I don't watch her. Like I said, I didn't even watch the release of the lipsticks. Y'all, let me go wet this beauty sponge. I'll be right back. Give me like 10 seconds. Yeah. Why I done my makeup? It shouldn't take me but an hour. I should have my makeup in about 30 minutes. I'm hoping by 10 o'clock. I got 2 easy videos today. Still got the mic on. Huh? Still got the mic on. My mic on? Mic is on. I don't hear it. I'm just going to put it loud if I can hear it. Oh, well. I'm talking about right back. Oh, all right. I'm back. Sorry, y'all. What foundation we using today? Hold on. We're going to get back to the combo. Let me find my foundation. I'm going to use, what am I going to use? Let's do some Studio Fix. Do some Studio Fix for this video. Okay. Oh, girl. I posted it on my Instagram. Pat McGrath is coming out with face products, y'all. So Pat McGrath is coming out with, I need primer. Pat McGrath is coming out with a foundation, I think a primer, what other stuff? Face powder, I think. But that shit is expensive. That face, I think the foundation is $68. I was like, $68? Woo! That might stay on the shelf. Like, I'm excited, I'm tempted, but I don't think I want to pay $68 for it. Check my old MAC lipsticks and they don't have mold or anything. That's my point. That's what I keep going back to. Even old lipsticks don't do that. I have lipsticks that are 5 years old that I should probably throw out, but I'm not. But they're like 5 years old and they don't look like that. So how is it possible? So even if they're 2 years old, even if they are from 2017, why are they looking like that? And old lipsticks just don't grow hair. They don't just grow fibers. So there was something literally wrong, like during the mix. Like as they were mixing, they just were not sanitary with something, because old lipsticks don't do that. I have old makeup. It don't do that. Like, it really does not. So, I mean, I've kept makeup for way, way longer than I should have. And it ain't did nothing like that. I had one lipstick mold on me. It was a MAC lipstick. I can't even remember what color it was, but I had one lipstick mold on me, and that's it. And that lipstick was old. Like super old. Playing dumb. You know what? I don't know if she's playing. People keep saying she's gonna be playing dumb. I don't know if she's playing. Well, you know what? Once the video comes out, I think she's gonna have some of her answers. And I think obviously it'll be a well curated PR response, you know. It won't be her talking off the top of the dome. It'll be a well curated video with lights and everything, just like the last one was. And you know what? It'll be a video made to look like she's just talking off the top of the dome in her house, relaxed, and just giving us all the tea. But really, it'll be a well planned out statement. Like, nothing's going to be natural about the statement that we're about to get. Because it's coming. I mean, it's taking her a while, but it's coming. And like I said, nothing will be natural or off the top of the dome about it. It's going to be a well planned out video by her PR team, and it's coming. Just wait on it. Hey, Shanice. She comes off sweet, but I think she's a ruthless businesswoman on the low. You think so? That could be the case. That could be the case. I'm so behind on comments. My bad, y'all. She needs help from Kim Kardashian. She needs help from somebody because clearly her launches are not going well. Kim, Kylie, she need the whole team. His summer collection looks interesting though. Whose? Who has she filed lawsuits against? Do tell. I be trying, y'all. I try to stay off the drama. It gets so like YouTube is a space that I come to relax and do stuff like this where I can kind of talk to y'all about stuff that's going on. And the drama lately, probably over the last like 2 years, year and a half, has just been a lot. And it's just like, this is not why I started my YouTube channel, which is why I try to keep a positive space always. I don't want like I don't like negativity, you know? If somebody's negative on my channel, for the most part, I'll just block them and keep them moving. Like YouTube is something that I started as a positive outlet and I like to keep my channel positive. And so as much as I don't like, I mean, I don't know, this is kind of interesting, but I don't like addressing or even talking about stuff like this all the time. Like I do every now and then if something bothers me enough, but I don't like talking about stuff like this all the time because it's just YouTube has become such a negative space, I feel like, and just so much drama. Like we talk about makeup, you know what I'm saying? How do you get so much drama out of makeup? Like this, like I feel like for everybody, for all, especially people who have been on YouTube for a long time, like this started as something innocent, you know, and then all of a sudden, now we sitting here and we debating because people saying the N word and just being nasty towards each other and all these drama launches and stuff like this, and it's just like I don't know. I don't know. I agree. Her attitude towards that woman on Twitter, when I heard that, I was like, oh, I didn't know she said all of that. Okay, who is this? Okay, we're done with you, Kevin. Goodbye. Yeah, I know the vault palettes were a mess. It was ridiculous. Do I think Becca cut ties with her? I heard they did, and there was supposedly like just a lot of drama behind that too. Like lawyers got involved. Like there was supposedly a lot of drama with that Becca launch, and that's why they cut ties. I don't know who cut ties with who, but I can't imagine that she cut ties with Becca. To be honest, the whole reason I knew about Becca was from Jaclyn Hill. Like Becca is like shimmering skin perfectors. Those got popular from Jaclyn Hill. And people can say what they want to say, but she was like the first person I heard talk about Becca. She was the first person I heard talk about Morphe for real. And those brands got popular because of her. So I mean, I just don't see her wanting to cut ties with them, especially a brand like Becca. Becca is a huge brand. Becca's not an indie brand. Morphe, I guess I wouldn't consider an indie brand anymore either. But Becca is this huge mega brand. I don't see her just cutting ties with them. So I feel like something had to happen behind the scenes. Oh yeah, girl. Of course she does that. Every time she has a launch, all of a sudden she pops back up on YouTube. That's a definite. I absolutely believe that. Auntie Pat be trying to break the bank. That's what Auntie Pat be doing. And now I'm over here contemplating if I'm gonna spend my mortgage money on Auntie Pat's foundation and primer. She gonna get me divorced. I don't know. I gotta think about Pat. I don't know if I want to spend $68 on a foundation. I took back my last $60 foundation. I had a Chanel foundation that I took back. Just like what was it, like a month and a half ago, 2 months, I took it back to Nordstrom because it ain't work right. And I was like, I am not keeping this $60 ass foundation, and I don't even like it. We're not doing that. You are on the air. On what air? What you talking about? I would have copped the lipstick when they dropped. See, I was just waiting. I probably. Oh, he told me I got my mic on. Yeah, I know, I know, and I don't. I'm like, I'm not on the mic. I'm just yelling from the kitchen. But I would have definitely gotten one. Maybe when they restock like a month or so down the line, I would have definitely ordered a few. Like later on though. Like I said, I wasn't even really interested, but once I saw the reviews and if they were really good, I would have definitely ordered one or two to support. I would have definitely done it. I can't sit here and say that I wouldn't have, but now can't support Jaclyn Cosmetics because I don't want my lips to break out and fall off. Stephanie Good, what's up, girl? She knew they were old, but she was banking on having another year before people would know, since cream products are supposed to have a 3-year shelf life. Well, if they're old, she definitely knew they were old. If they're old, I hate speculating. Lipstick's got whole edges. I hate speculating that. I mean, and spreading rumors that somebody is putting out old product. That makes me really sad if she did that. Like people, and obviously this is a sick world, and people are very sick and calculating. So it happens, and it can happen, and will happen again, I'm sure. But it sucks if that's really what she did, and if I don't know, that really makes me sad. Order from the VIP sale came look like that. I would drive to Sephora and act a fool. And I mean, I agree. I do agree with you, girl. Because same here. Same here. And I don't think we should be risking our safety on a lipstick just to support a YouTuber or, just to just to support a YouTuber or an indie brand or whatever. I think if you're gonna put out makeup and something like a cream product that I'm putting on my face, that I'm putting on my skin, that I'm putting on my lips, it has to be safe. And you have to go through all the steps to make sure that the quality is there. Because if it's not, then now we're talking about a public safety issue. Like I said, I don't know if some of these people are exaggerating, but I saw somebody talking about, excuse me, they had to take antibiotics because their lips broke out and swelled up. And when it gets to stuff like that, I think that's when there's a problem there. That's why I said she's talking about less than 1% had an issue. If there's an issue like that in any of your products, you recall the entire line, especially if we're on the first launch. It's not like we're talking about these are, but even, okay, because I was thinking, I'm like, it's not like we're talking about these are Revlon foundations that have been out forever and they don't know what caused it. But even on those like foundations and lipsticks, they have batch codes. And that's why they can say, look on the bottom of your foundation. If you have batch code, blah, 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 you can take that back for a refund. Like this is why they have batch codes. So they have some way to track it. And so they know what batches were contaminated or what batches got messed up somehow. And so that's what's really irking me about the batch code issue, is that there's no way they all have the same batch code. And if she said those weren't how they tracked them, then what are those numbers? How are you tracking them then? Because there's no other number on the package, that at least from what people have shown. Because again, I don't have the lipsticks. Hey, Ebony. Oh, they're damn sure contaminated. An old Avon lipstick and it's not grown fur. That's what I'm saying. I think that's the most scary part of the entire thing. And I didn't think about that until Vanish just said it a few minutes ago. That's the scariest part about this whole thing, is that I have old makeup. I have lipsticks that are more than 2 years old. I've had lipsticks that are 5 years old that I've used, and they look just fine. They work just fine. There's no mold. There's no hair growing out. There's no plastic in it. There's no glass shards in it. There's nothing like that in it. It hasn't made my lips break out or anything. So I think that's the scariest part, is that we have no idea what the problem is, because old don't do that. Old do not do that. I don't know what type of ingredients you using that your old lipsticks do this, but old does not do that. Replace the Chanel with the Pat McGrath. I'll kick my damn money. Oh my God. Oh, you reported it? Thank you. Thank you, Kayla. I don't know what Mr. Kevin was on. People just, how you and I had nothing else to do but get on my live and talk. Like, I don't understand. I would never get it. Oh, she could definitely get sued. If they don't act like that person, and I didn't look into that story, but somebody posted it. I think I was watching, I think the channel was Here for the Tea or something. And I've just been kind of keeping up with the Jaclyn Hill drama that way. And I think I was watching that. And she said somebody was on antibiotics. Like somebody, and she posted a photo that somebody else posted who was on these antibiotics of them. So I don't know. I can't wait to see what she says. I'm just waiting on the statement because this shit better be good. And I feel like it's going to be coming within the next like 48 hours. I feel like we're going to get something within the next 48 hours and we going to all be tuned in. We should watch it live together. I should do a live and watch it with y'all on my other laptop. Maybe I'll do that and we just watch it together because it's going to be good. It is going to be good. Woo, boy. Jen Loves Reviews edited her Twitter post. What? No. What did it say? Y'all have been using this Patrick Ta Gold Pearl. What's it called? Major Glow Highlighting Mist. I really like it. I really, really like it. I want to know what Jen said. Oh shit. Don't be leaving us hanging now, girl. I need to know what Jen Loves Reviews said. Everybody has been taking back their recommendations of them, though. So everybody who got good lipsticks, they've all been doing like recall videos saying, you know, I can't support this. Don't buy these lipsticks until they figure out what's wrong. All that stuff. People been going in. They've been going in. Oh, Jaclyn, Lord. It is oh, you pulling it up. Okay. Yeah, everybody's been recalled, like basically recanting their statements. She marks stuff out, calling the claims not accurate. Other people's claims of, oh, she's saying that Jaclyn's claims are not accurate. They're not going to release any data, though. I think because she's Jaclyn Hill, people will always support. She's Jaclyn Hill. I mean, she has she got like 5 million subscribers. She has a lot of subscribers. And I think people will always support because her name is Jaclyn Hill. Same way Jeffree Star do the stuff he do, people support. James Charles does whatever the stuff he did, Tati and whatever else he do, people are supporting. Laura Lee, I think she still got a makeup brand out there and everything she went through. She still got like 4 million subscribers. So I think people will support no matter what. Because she's Jaclyn Hill. I think a lot less people will support, like people like me who are already on the fence or who are like, oh, I'll pick it up when I pick it up. Now I will probably never pick up a Jaclyn Hill makeup product because of this. I mean, anytime I hear that somebody used your products on their skin and they're breaking out, and there are safety issues like that. That's a safety issue. If something is contaminated and I'm putting that on my lips, like no, no, I can't do it. So anybody who was already on the fence, I think you lost that customer at that point. But I don't know. I just give up. I ain't launching nothing else if I was Jaclyn Hill. Like, I'm just not launching. Just do YouTube. I ain't launching. She make enough money off YouTube. I'm not launching shit else because obviously something ain't going right for her. Nobody trying to go down with a burning ship. Well, oh, that's true. When she says, and that's another thing. That's another reason why I wouldn't pick it up, because when she comes back and says, "Okay, we looked at all the problems and we figured out it was this, and now we're putting out new ones, and these are all safe. We promise." You thought the first ones were safe. I can't trust you anymore. I can't. I will not be putting any of your products near my face, and that's just that. Now, if the lipstick was $3, I think that's a different story. But when you charging somebody $18 for a lipstick and then is doing all of this, there's a problem. And at first, when I first saw, because the first video I saw on this was Shay, that girl Shay XO. I love her, by the way. But she was the first video I saw about any of this drama. Her video, I think, came out before Raw Beauty Chrissy's. Maybe not. Maybe it was after. I can't remember. But her video was the first one that I saw. And I just happened to stumble upon the video. And I watched it and I was like, she sounds like she's being a hater. And she didn't like the other products that Jaclyn Hill came out with. So it really sounded like some hater-ish for real. And I was like, I don't know. I feel like she's kind of exaggerating. She's saying that the lipsticks like have little spots in them. Everything that she was saying, it just kind of looked normal. I don't think she found any hairs or glass or plastic or anything. It was just kind of like the texture of the lipsticks weren't that great. And I felt like she was about to start hating from the beginning because she gave like a disclaimer or whatever. And her video felt like some hater-ish. For some reason, I was kind of taken aback by her video. I didn't really like it. I felt like she was exaggerating. Then, like I said, that's when I kept seeing other videos pop up. And then that's when I got to Raw Beauty Chrissy's video. And I sat down and watched that for the hour. And Raw Beauty Chrissy, I love her channel. And she never comes off as her video just didn't come off as like hating. It just came off as like these are the facts. I'm giving you the facts. I heard some things about these lipsticks, so I'm just gonna do the investigation for myself. And that's kind of how her video came off. And so once I watched her video, I kind of got into a rabbit hole and started watching other videos and started watching like drama channels who were basically reporting on everything that was coming out and all the tweets and stuff. And then I started seeing everybody recant their statements. And then I saw Brianna Fox Makeup's video, who actually pulled out a long ass hair on her Instagram. And there's just more and more stuff coming out. And it just, like I said, at first everybody was exaggerating, but now it's to the point where you have to recall all these products. Like, you can't continue to let people use these products. And I don't think at this point anyone's using these lipsticks, even if they have them and they didn't take them back. But you can't let anybody use these lipsticks. I mean, that is very irresponsible in my book. If you leave these lipsticks on the shelf and just let people to continue to use them, and don't say, "Hey, we're recalling this, send it back." I think that's completely irresponsible. Somebody probably put a hex on Miss Jaclyn. She need the blood of Jesus. I stumble upon a Tati video every now and then, and I'll watch it. I'm not subscribed to her, but I stumble upon a Tati video every now and then. Laura Lee, I don't watch her at all. I think I watched one of her videos like a few months ago, but I unsubscribed to her after all that drama, and I don't watch her at all either. Her launch video was all about what a perfectionist she is. That's every launch video for her. Like I was telling them, I didn't watch this launch video, but I watched the Vault Collection launch video. I watched all the others, and that's every video. I take my time to do this. It takes me 2 years to make this, and we went back to the lab because it wasn't right. Came back, like I guarantee you that's how the launch video went, and I ain't watched a second of it. I went to the lab, came back, it just really wasn't right. And so I had to go back and reformulate, and the color was just a bit off. So I had to go back to the lab and reformulate. And we've been working on these lipsticks for 2 years, and now they're just absolutely perfect. And I'm so proud of them. And I'm just really want you guys to love them. That's her. That's her every single launch, right? I guarantee you that's exactly how the video went. Oh, I wouldn't take the PR from her either. Might get herpes. I wouldn't buy anything from her brand. Again, I just wouldn't buy anything from her brand at this point. I mean, it would have to be 10 years down the road and I forgot all about this, and then maybe I would try it. But it's I just can't trust it. I just cannot trust it. So, but you guys, I have to film or I'm gonna be up all night, and I got an early morning at work tomorrow. So I gotta go, guys. I gotta go. It's been so fun talking about this, though. There's no way Jaclyn was personally involved or testing. Yeah, I don't think she was personally involved in the testing either. But then again, she wouldn't be. That's not her job. Like, you have a quality control team for a reason. That's their job. And so that's my point. Like, either she doesn't know who's around her, because there's no way that this happens 3 launches in a row. You know what I'm saying? There's no way this happens 3 launches in a row. A video tour of the lab. What you mean? Wait, Jaclyn herself found stuff on the lipsticks? What do you mean? In the video? You have to explain that. This Norton thing keeps popping up. Thanks, Stephanie. Tonight I am filming what am I filming? A BoxyCharm versus Ipsy Glam Bag Plus, Boxy Luxe versus Ipsy Glam Bag Plus. And I'm also filming an empties video because I have lots of empties. So, oh, and I got Sephora haul coming up Friday for those of you who are interested. Oh, so she was live swatching on Instagram and found something in the lipsticks? I ain't heard that. Wow. She found something and I think she said, oh, this is my personal collection. Oh, that's interesting. That is interesting. I have not heard anybody say that yet. So she found stuff. Was it hair? I've heard nobody say this yet. Where have I been? I thought I've been doing a good job of keeping up. Or was it the little balls? Well, the fact that y'all just told me, because I didn't know the PR. I didn't know the PR packages. Some of the PR packages came messed up. I thought all the PR packages were good. So y'all schooled me on that. So I can only imagine some it was probably in hers. Man. All right. I'm happy you found me too, Joanna. All right, y'all. For real. I got it early morning. I gotta go. I will catch you guys. Ooh, that's so nasty. And she found fuzz. Oh, this is a mess. Okay. When she finally goes live on YouTube and does her statement, I am going to go live either that same night or the next day, and we're going to have another conversation like this to talk about whatever it is she said or any new breaking developments. I'm going to go live and we're going to have some conversation. I feel like a regular video doesn't do this justice. Like, I like to talk to y'all and us to kind of interact and share information. So whenever something else comes out, we're going to get another live going. I'm also going to be doing a live in the next couple of days to do another setting spray comparison. So that's going to be coming up also. And I think that's it. Those are all the announcements. I love you guys. Thank you so much for joining and talking about this. And I will talk to y'all later. Bye. Uh-oh. Can't end it. Yep.